Hi, I'm just going to show you a couple of things in Webassign that you may not have noticed before. So when you first log into Webassign, this is what it looks like. This is the Webassign homepage. On the left-hand side, near the top, it says My Assignments, and it'll show you all the current assignments. So it'll be like the current week and maybe a couple of weeks out ahead, but it won't show you any past due assignments. So let's say I want to work on 1.2, which is due tomorrow. So I click on the assignment, and I haven't done this assignment at all. Let's see a problem. Let's say problem number 3. Find the solution set of the system of equations represented by the augmented matrix. Let's say I read the textbook, but I kind of want to look at it again. I can click on Read It, and Read It will take me right to section 2.1. And it's reloading. There we go. And I can read the section and find some examples like the one I was looking at. Let me go back to the problem. Oops, there it is. Sorry. All right. This particular problem also has a video I can watch. So there's a Watch It button. So if I click on that, it opens up a video player. And this is a problem just like that one with a different matrix, and it'll show me how to solve it. And I can view the transcript. Or notice that a bunch of buttons just popped up. Submit an answer, save progress, or practice another version. The first two buttons don't really mean anything. You don't need to save your progress. You can enter an answer and submit it, or you can just wait and submit it at the end, or you can just log out and your answer will be submitted. But the important thing is that it showed you another button called Practice Another Version. So if I click on that, it'll open up a new window with a completely different version. Notice that the matrix is slightly different. I can do this problem and have Webassign grade it. So I'm just going to enter a wrong answer and ask Webassign to grade it. And Webassign says, nope, you got it wrong. Well, I can try it again or ask Webassign, well, what was the real answer? So you can practice over here before you actually enter an answer over here. But remember, in this one, you have 5 submissions. So if you don't see a Practice Another Version button, so on multiple choice questions, you won't have a Practice Another Version, I don't think. Oh yeah, you do. So just click anywhere in the problem and it'll show up. So if I click inside anywhere in the problem, the Practice Another Version button shows up. So notice that not all of these problems have a Watch It button. So that means that they don't have videos to show you. But remember, you do have Calc Chat. You do have the textbook. The textbook has a lot of examples. Calc Chat will show you solutions to most of the problems or other versions of the problems in our homework. But there's another way that you can also watch videos. So let's go back to the home page, Webassign homepage. Now we can scroll down, and on the lower right-hand corner is a picture of our textbook. That's the textbook. So if you want to read the textbook, which you're supposed to do before you do the homework, skim the textbook before you come to class is a really good idea. I really want you to do that to see what it is that we're going to talk about. But also after class, read the textbook. So if you click on that in the lower right-hand corner, you're going to open up the textbook and you can start reading. But in the lower left-hand corner, under Resources, it says the textbook is there. Well, that's not the textbook. If you expand that, you see what looks like the table of contents for our textbook, but really it's a bunch of videos. It's a bunch of lecture videos. So let's say I'm in chapter 1. I didn't understand all of that stuff about solving systems of equations using matrices, and I see, oh, there's a video here. Solve systems of linear equations in 3 variables by Gaussian elimination. I want to see another example of that. So I'm going to click on that. And it opens up another video player. And this,
I'm going to copy the first equation. Whoops, that's a Y.
Guy. So this guy is, all of those videos under Resources are all going to be this guy at a chalkboard. And he made all these videos for the publisher that go with our textbook. I just want to warn you, occasionally I've noticed that he uses some terminology that is not consistent with our book. So I'm using terminology in my lectures that are consistent with our textbook so I don't confuse you. I notice sometimes he doesn't. He might use a word, like I noticed he uses the word order instead of size. He says the order of that matrix is 3 by 5. He means the size of the matrix is 3 by 5. And then once in a while, he does things that I don't think are totally correct, but they're not so major that they're really going to affect you. It's usually when he's trying to explain his intuitive explanation of some concept. He might use some incorrect language, but it's not so bad that I think you shouldn't look at these videos. They're okay. They're not, I mean, if you're really looking for more videos, this is a good place to go. So you've got CalcChat, you've got the videos that are embedded in the problems, and then you've got these videos that are under Resources. And don't forget, practice another version, especially when you're studying for an exam. And also, whenever you need to get help on a problem, let's say you're working on a problem and you're in the math lab, you can't do the problem, you can't figure out how to do it, there's no video, and you get a tutor to show you how to do it. The tutor shows you how to do it doesn't mean that you know how to do it. You should right away go back and hit practice another version so you can do the problem again with different numbers. The other thing I forgot to show you, let's go back to the assignment we were looking at. When you get stuck, notice on the upper right of the problem is ask your teacher. If you click on that, it opens up a little box where you can send me a message. So I'll get an email message with your message and a picture of the problem that you're working on, and I can also see all of the answers that you've already entered. And sometimes I can look at your answers and tell what your mistake is. But be specific. If you just say, oh, we didn't do one like this in class, I'm probably going to say, go read the textbook. Because if I haven't done a problem like that in class, then you need to find the example in the textbook. Often, you won't find an example just like the homework problem in class or in the textbook. It's because the problems that you've done before this one have taught you some concepts that you should be able to apply to a new situation. So sometimes that happens, and I will give you a hint. If it's not like something I've done in class, or it's not like something that's in the book, and it's one of those problems where you have to apply what you've learned to a new situation and you really are stuck, I'll give you a hint. So please use ask your teacher. But the problem is I may not get back to you before the deadline of the homework. I may not it might take me a whole 24 hours to get back to you, but hopefully it's within the 48-hour extension window, and you can go back and you can finish the problems. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions about how else to do, what else you can use in Webassign, let me know. I didn't talk about class insights. I do encourage you to explore that. There are things that Webassign is sort of collecting information about you, what your trouble spots are, and what your strong points are. And so when you're getting close to studying for a test, you can use class insights to see what you need to review the most. And we can talk about that again in another video. Okay, happy studying, and I will see you in class tomorrow.